Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Janice Zimbeck, and I'm here with our Forum Module 2 for 631. OER is the expression used to define open education resources. Downs of 2007 identifies 4 R's to characterize OERs as the materials should be reusable, redistributable, revisable, and remixable. The concept of lifelong education can be seen to involve openness and flexibility in contrast to school education, says Napper and Crompley, 2000. With OER, digital learning resources can now be openly licensed and shared for a negligible amount of $0. I will be using adult learners for OER. Adult learners are searching and needing to be able to balance continuing education with their work and personal lives. So the benefit I am using is cost. Online learning is a cost-effective alternative to an on-campus degree program, which makes it more affordable for adult learners. Along with lower tuition costs is the e-books that many colleges now have in place for many of their test books, their buyback programs for used books, and the many digital resources now available through online content free of charge. The financial benefits to OER works for both the institution and the students. The main disadvantage I found that was being addressed was the quality and accuracy of OER. OER repositories allow any user to create an account and post material which may or may not be up-to-date, relevant, or accurate. The OPAL, Open Education Quality Initiative, has been created to promote innovation and advance the quality in education teaching. Guidelines have been published for improving OPAL. Some of the things OPAL addresses are issues such as relevance and accessibility, standard conformance, depth, content, quality, and accuracy. So this is a key problem for adult learners who want to ensure the quality of OER, the contextual nature of quality assessment, and how OER projects the implementation of the quality assurance. The second part is on SCOLE, SCOLE. An example to SCOLE that I chose was one that I had been interested in for a long time, which is serious gaming and simulations, which has become increasingly widespread in interest and use. The example I chose was a gaming simulation called Civilization 1-3, which is a hybrid game simulation which has been used in education context to cultivate learning related to historic events and nation building. Using the program rules such as food, which is needed to sustain a population, land needed to produce housing and food, they play a scenario that induces the student to either initiate or defend against war or compete with other civilizations online. As in all newly founded concepts, there are many pros and cons to SCOLE. A case for SCOLE would be from Kuhn, C-U-H-N, 2000, who says, instructional methods should be considered in light of the broader context of institutional goals about what is important to teach, and that instructional methods should be considered and that alternatives to direct instruction are warranted. The case against is based on scholars who say that school principles and practices lack empirical foundation and are implied in misguided ways, by Clark and Felden, 2005. These criticisms are not isolated, which have been advanced by leading figures in the instructional design field. This concept applies to higher education. With the student-centered classroom, the roles of teacher and student changes. Weimer, 2002. As Weimer puts it, the teacher changes from the sage on the stage to the guide on the side, who views the students not as empty vessels to be filled with knowledge, but as seekers to be guided along their intellectual developmental journey. Many college teachers believe that a student-centered classroom provides a more effective learning environment and are making efforts to achieve this goal. Some examples in the third part is CSCL approaches that can be implemented are think, pair, share, where a learning activity involves explaining answers or ideas to another student. After they write the response to the question posed by the teacher, they share it with a nearby student where they discuss their positions of agreement or disagreement. A second example I picked was reciprocal teaching, where students jointly read a text or work on a task. Students take turns being the teacher where they lead the discussion, summarize material, ask questions, and then clarify material. And the third I picked was the think aloud problem solving. Students work in pairs. For each problem, one is the solver and the other is the listener. The solver thinks aloud, citing their reasoning process while solving the problem. The listener prompts the solver to keep talking and can ask for clarification, but does not intervene to help. I think these are some great examples for CSCL in our education today. I thank you for listening to my video on our Forum 2 and have a good day. Thank you. Bye.